I'm Joshua Nelson, and I'm an associate professor of English at the University of Oklahoma, and I work on American Indian literature and film. In the spring of 26, I'm going to be teaching a course called This Land is My Land, Indigenous Oklahoma on Film. And as you might have guessed, it's going to be about representations of indigeneity in Oklahoma. So we're going to have some contemporary looks, very recent films like Killers of the Flower Moon. We'll go back to Will Rogers at the turn of the 20th century, and we'll cover a lot of ground in between to try to investigate why it is that we're so excited to see places that we know on film, and two, to figure out why where we're from matters so much to our senses of who we are. The ways in which we relate to place are amplified in many ways by native practices and habits of relating to place. So, the ways that places get sanctified, the ways that they become sacred to us, the ways we memorialize these places, the ways that we connect to resources or to histories or to the stories that grow up out of particular spots, just have an indelible impact on who it is that we imagine ourselves to be. My hope is that I can change the way that people watch film if they're not already in the midst of evaluating things critically. So, in the same way that we'll read a speech for underlying message, in the same way that we can read a novel for aesthetic subtlety, we can do this with film. And film is really among the most accessible of these mediums to do it. It's the most engaging, it has the farthest reach and the most emotional impact. So we want to figure out how it does that work. And we want to be able to read the visuals with the same kind of literacy that we would any other kind of rhetoric. And these are habits, these are tools that we can teach. Knowing the history of OSLEP and the way that it was designed to help generate the next generation of leaders in Oklahoma. This content has some of that in it. That is to say, people like Harjo and earlier Bob Hicks were trailblazers in opening a space for Native voices. And I would like to imagine that the participants in this course could pick up a couple of tricks, beginners' tricks from my end, but to think about ways in which media matters to how it is that we engage with the public life of the state.